Alright, so today I'm back with yet another Bluelock review, and this time we're going over not just one, but two chapters, 317 and 318. Since I couldn't cover the last chapter earlier, we're combining them into one big breakdown. And trust me, both chapters together flow perfectly, because the first half ends in pure hype, and then we dive straight into the locker room strategies for the second half. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Chapter 317 starts off with Japan leading by 2 goals. With just 10 minutes left in the first half, Nigeria is desperate, but Bluelock is in complete control. Kyuso admits that this is the strongest team they've ever faced. He analyzes the squad, Isagi, Karasu, and Aiku leading the tactics, Chijiri and Bakira pushing the offense, Rin is a destructive genius, Hayari and Ryo as creative passers, and defenders like Nico and Eri shutting things down. But at the center of everything, it's Isagi pulling the strings. Kyuso realizes unless they stop him, Nigeria doesn't stand a chance. That's when the spotlight shifts to Onatsi. We see flashes of his past, his teammates calling him their prodigy, their shining hope. In the present, his physical abilities shine through, his stamina, his leaping power, and especially his ability to strike midair. Kyuso launches across, and Onatsi takes flight. Both Isagi and Aiku rush to stop him, but Onatsi declares he's already surpassed Isagi and hammers a shot in midair. It looks unstoppable. But then, Gagamaru steps up. With his sharpened reflexes, trained like a baseball catcher, he reads the strike and dives, blocking the shot at the last second. The stadium erupts as Gagamaru declares himself the guardian deity of Japan. The whistle blows, the first half is over, with Bluelock holding a solid lead. Chapter 317 closes on that note, titled I'm Here, symbolizing both Onatsi's determination and Gagamaru's rise as a hero. Chapter 318 picks up right after halftime. The commentators scream in excitement, calling Japan's Bluelock unstoppable. Nigeria's attack and defense were crushed, and the first half ends with a 2-0 scoreline. In the Japanese locker room, the mood is electric. Raichi can't hold his excitement, Nanes is jumping around, and Corona praises everyone's effort. Fukaku even congratulates Gagamaru, thanking him sincerely. Aiku, ever the captain, reminds Ario and Nico to not push too high up, warning them to focus more on the defensive line. Both acknowledge him but insist they won't hold back in duels. Meanwhile, Karasu critiques the forwards, telling Chijiri and Hayari that they should shoot more instead of relying so much on crosses. Chijiri smirks and tells him to wait for the second half, while Hayari fires back, saying Karasu himself should take more shots. The competitive spirit in the team is alive and well. We then see Henri observing quietly. She thinks they're prideful, pointing out that they haven't even set their official second half strategy yet. But she also smiles, realizing how fast these boys are growing, and reminds herself that they have to clear the group stage no matter what. At this point, Isagi enters the discussion. He says there's no point in just winning if they play the same way. If they don't evolve, they won't grow. So he proposes something new, the false 9 tactic. Instead of relying only on strikers, they'll push the second and third lines forward, creating more attacking options. Aiku worries about the risks, asking if simply holding the score isn't also a form of experience. Isagi replies that they'll do both, experiment with new tactics while securing the win. Nico challenges him, pointing out that if the attack changes, the defense has to adjust as well. But Isagi calmly says they'll fix that with Ego's input. Surprisingly, Rin suddenly speaks up, declaring that just winning isn't enough for him. He wants to crush their opponents in his own way, and it's time to stop pretending to be a nice guy. Isagi smirks and accepts Rin's fire, while Aiku labels them the 2 egoistic stars of the team. Meanwhile, in the Nigerian locker room, the mood is grim. Bello admits they can't win, Obona says they're on the verge of collapse, and even their coach Gambali admits Bluelock is overwhelming. He singles out Isagi as especially dangerous. Onatsi, however, refuses to give up. At first, he looks broken, calling this bad news, but then his fire reignites. He shouts that Bluelock is a beast, and if they want to beat them, they have to play like them, all 11 players aiming for goals, not just relying on him. His teammates are hesitant, but Gambali agrees to let them try. For Onatsi, this World Cup stage is where he proves himself. Back with Japan, Ego addresses the team. He asks why winning feels so good, and Isagi answers, because it proves superiority. Ego agrees, saying this desire is carved into human DNA, the instinct to survive, to dominate, to leave descendants. Bluelock, he says, exists to awaken that instinct and create the strongest egotists in the world. But he warns that if society only pursues peace and equality, the hunger to win fades away. Bluelock is his laboratory to rip away that comfort and expose true instincts. Both teams walk back out onto the pitch, Nigeria newly fired up and Bluelock ready to test their new strategy. Ego promises the team a new formula, asking them why football has the power to captivate the world. But before we hear the answer, the whistle blows, the second half begins. The next chapter is titled The Frenzy Formula, hinting at either the chaos of two all-out attacks or the mysterious new strategy Ego is about to unleash. These two chapters together really set the stage for an explosive second half. Chapter 317 gave us Gagamaru's moment of glory, proving he's not just a background keeper but the guardian of Japan. And Chapter 318 shifts the focus to tactics, egos, and evolution, with Isagi and Rin both determined to push beyond simple victory. Nigeria, meanwhile, may try to copy Bluelock's style, but whether imitation will be enough is doubtful. With Ego's new formula about to be revealed, it feels like the real battle is only just beginning. And that's it for today's double breakdown of Bluelock chapters 317 and 318. What do you think? Will Nigeria's copycat strategy actually work, or will Isagi's false 9 and Ego's formula completely dismantle them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next review.